What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Truckin' with Tuffy. So today we're going to take this load of empty bottles from Phoenix, Arizona up to the port of Oakland in California. Anybody who's ever been to California knows that you don't go to Oakland intentionally. It's just generally not a good idea. So anyway, a couple things I want to talk about today. And so what we'll do is let's jump in the truck, throw it into drive, park and brake off, and let's roll out. So getting out of here should be a lot of fun. It was kind of a pain in the butt getting in here without the trailer. It kind of makes me wonder how many of these shippers and how many of these distribution centers are as like least truck friendly as possible. Alright, please don't hit anything, trailer. This is kind of a long trailer that we're all on today. So we're going to stop, look both ways, just like Mom taught us. Oh, forgot that blinker. Let's get this thing out. We'll start turning, try to round it over. There we go. So SCS Software has released some screenshots of the upcoming map rescale. And you may have mentioned, I've talked about this a couple times in the past. I've talked about it with a couple of different videos. And one of my big speculations is something, and I think this was more of a personal please sort of speculation, was that they're going to release a new map pack with the map rescale. I can honestly say now it doesn't really look like it. I don't think we're going to get a new map pack. Usually when SCS Software is getting ready to release a new map, I mean, they are just PRing the heck out of it. You know, they want everybody to be super excited about the new map pack. So you see pictures of it, screenshots, and here's a sneak peek at the new map pack. What's in store for you as the player. And, wow, God, who let the cows out here? Jeez. And we haven't seen anything like that. So the only way that we would get a new map with the map rescale is if SCS Software basically did a hey surprise type thing, you know, surprised us with a new map, and I don't think they're going to do that, simply because, you know, they want people to get excited for it, they want people to pay for it. All right there, box truck, let's do this. Come on, buddy, you got this, you got this. And we're gonna do something that's generally considered uncouth. We're gonna cut this guy off and go. So anyway, so we're not seeing any new pictures of map packs. We're not seeing anything like that. So I really feel like I have a feeling that this map rescale is going to be kind of a standalone pack, you know. But the open beta is open for the new the new patch that's coming out that includes adjustable steering wheels and the zoom. I may or may not jump in on that. I don't know. That's not something, I mean, the adjustable steering wheels, that's just not something that just gets me super excited. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Had to readjust some stuff there. Anyways, that's not something that just gets me overly excited. I mean, it's cool that they're putting that in there, but I'm kind of indifferent about it, especially the zoom. I don't know why we would need a zoom. You know, there's enough going on in the truck. I think it is to without the urge to zoom in and look at something. Maybe I don't know what putting a zoom in the game could possibly do for the game itself. But whatever, you know, Power smarter than me have decided that they need to put a zoom in, so they're going to put a zoom in. Watch out there, family truckster, we're coming over. Sunset coming through the trees. Very lovely. We should be in California soon. Now somebody in the mods, I was going through the mods, and somebody has actually put like a realistic graphics mod in the Steam Workshop. I'm not quite sure. I haven't checked it out yet. I've thought about it, but I'm just like, you know what? I mean, the game looks pretty good. I don't see how you could make it more or less realistic than it already is. But I said, whatever, you know. And then I did find, I was really excited. I found, you know, there's a lot of guys who have done company logos in the Steam Workshop, and I actually found the company that I work for. But so I downloaded the Freightliner, because that's what my company drives. Is we drive Freightliners. It was a Freightliner Classic, and our trucks are bright red with the company logo. And you could change the color, but I don't know what you changed the color on, because it wasn't the body of the truck to make the logo, you know, the truck look like. So I ended up uninstalling the truck mod, the Freightliner mod, and then I uninstalled the mod for my company, because it just wasn't really well done. I put out requests for other modders to hopefully maybe please put out a logo for the company that I work for. So we'll just have to see, you know. As sun sets in the desert, long road stretches in front of. I don't know. I'm trying to be wise there. I don't really know what's going on. So I was thinking about it the other day, and you know, SCS software. I think the Euro truck map. I think Europe is as big as it's going to get. I don't think they're going to add. You know, they've already added. You know, Eastern Europe and stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to get too much bigger as it is. Did we suddenly enter California? Because the speed limit went from 75 to 55. Oh, there's California. There's the border. Californians and their slow speed limits. Slow and steady. Bloop. Alright. So anyway, so I don't think that, you know, they've done Eastern Europe. I don't see them doing like Russia and China. I just don't see them adding into that. There is a mod for the game that expands you down into Africa. You have to take like a ferry across the Mediterranean. It's got like the northern coast of Africa there. But I don't see them officially taking the game that direction. So what they've really focused on doing is improving the gameplay of the game itself. Now, when you drive around in Los Angeles or San Francisco in American Truck Simulator, you kind of feel like you're there. You know, you can drive down, you know, Rodeo Drive. You can drive down, you know, Hollywood Boulevard in the game, and so you kind of get that sense that you're sort of there. You know, in San Francisco, you can drive along the waterfront and the piers and everything else. Well, when you drive into, like, say, Paris, France, in Euro Truck Simulator, it's just this kind of like generic, like cookie cutter grid system street with kind of stamped buildings. You know, stamped. They just took building X and put it here, and building C and put that there, and you know, they're just kind of pre-rendered. They didn't do anything to make Paris feel Parisian. And so I was thinking, you know, wondering, you know, with all the improvements they're doing, why don't they stick monuments in there? You know, why don't you be able to see, like, the Eiffel Tower in the background? You know, have exclusively Parisian architecture and stuff like that. I was like, you know, that would really add to the game experience itself, I think. You know, making you feel like you're in Paris or you're in London. You know, you're driving down, you have to drive by Piccadilly Circus, or you have to drive by Big Ben and the Tower, and you know, stuff like that. I was like, you know, they should do something like that, because it just doesn't feel very It feels European in the style of buildings, but you know, there's nothing that you've never hear a tourist standing in the middle of Munich going, oh man, what is this? Is this Paris, or is this what is this? Where are we? Are we in Istanbul? No, this is Barcelona. This is definitely, you know where the hell you are, because each region is so distinct in and of itself. You know, when you stand in Munich, Germany, you know you're in Munich, Germany. You have the Glockenspiel, the beer house. Yes, you can go to the place where Adolf Hitler was almost assassinated twice. Um, but so I'm hoping that maybe they'll do something like that as opposed to just these kind of like cookie cutter buildings. And I've been talking about it for a while and I've been thinking about it, but I think I'm going to put up a Euro Truck video or two just to show off Euro Truck Simulator 2 because it is a really, really neat game. And, you know, it's the game that kind of started it all for me, watching YouTube. Saw somebody, one of the YouTubers that I subscribe to, just kind of put up a Euro Truck video, and I was like, huh, that's actually kind of a cool idea. I think I'd like to get in on that. And, you know, so I looked it up on Steam and ended up buying it and dumped hundreds and hundreds of hours into it. It's a great game, and then they announced American Truck, and, you know, the rest is history. Here we are. Can't wait for some new trucks in American Truck, though. You know, they have the big five in Euro Truck Simulator, and really all we have right now is Peterbilt and Kenworth. But I know they're working on it. They've gone to truck shows. There's a big truck show coming up in Dallas that SCS Software is going to be at, where they get shots of different trucks. They get engine sounds. They actually get the drivers to fire up the trucks for them. And yeah, so that'll be kind of cool, I think. Maybe they'll post some pictures of what they saw. But they are out there getting ideas. They're out there working very diligently for us to be able to get some new trucks in American Trucking Simulator, because it's still a young game. It's still very, very young. This is why I always kind of tried to do videos during the day in the game. There's just not a whole lot to look at. You're just staring at my front windshield, at my windshield wipers. You know, at least during the day there's something to look at, different geography and things like that. Should be coming up on Los Angeles here pretty quick. Yeah, there's Darlson. I think I see LA off in the distance there, but I can't be sure. Sure does look like LA though. Alright, so we just passed the exit for Barstow. Starting to get into a very city looking at city lights. Yep, we're coming up on LA because here's that inexplicably ending highway. Change the info on my dashboard there so I can tell what my cruise control's set at. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that in the US. I've been to a few big cities. I mean, maybe things have changed. The little pharmacy with the lit up neon. Now, that is something that is in Europe, especially Eastern Europe. That's how they advertise pharmacies, is that lit up medical cross. But I've never seen anything like that in the U.S. See, and there's L.A. off to our left. And you can actually go down there. You know I've been trying to get you guys down to L.A. for a while. And every time we do an LA video, I don't know, it always sends me to the outskirts. I haven't been to downtown LA in a long time. But you see, this is kind of the thing I'm talking about. Like, yeah, they get the little searchlights off in the distance, making it feel very Hollywood-like. But, you know, they don't have the city tower. They don't have any of the buildings that makes the LA skyline the LA skyline. You know, and so that's what I'm talking about is, you know, maybe have those instead of just these generic, you know, skyscraper A, B, and C that they just repeatedly put into the game. You know, try to have, you know, something that makes, you know, LA feel like San Diego. Or it feels like LA. I was thinking something about San Diego there for a reason, I don't know why. But, you know, have something that makes LA feel like LA. Have it make it look like the LA skyline. Pump the mouse there. That's what that was. I can look around with my right thumbstick, or I can like look around with my mouse as well. I just use the right thumbstick because it's just there. Bump the mouse there. Yeah, I wish you guys could see. That's, like I said, that's why I try to do videos in daytime. You know, because of the transition from Southern to Northern California, because they're so, you know, when you get into Northern California, you start getting that Pacific Northwest, very lush green, but it's still got that Southern California brown ground, you know, kind of the dead grass, and they've captured that really well in this game. And so I was kind of, I always try to do videos during the day because I want you guys to be able to see that, and I want you to be able to see what's outside the game, but sometimes it just doesn't work. You know, I think that once I get the, and I'm using my quotation fingers here, loans paid off in the game, then I'll be able to start doing daytime videos. But for the most part, I think we'll just have to keep running like this until we can get that paid off. Oh, and they want me to pull into the way station. Okay, so that worked out well. huh? God, I wish that weighing in for our drivers was as easy as walking up, driving up, pushing a button. That would be nice. Should be coming up here pretty quick. Only got a few hours left, about 3 hours and 45 minutes, so. Big hurry to get around me there, huh, buddy? Jeez. Very interesting. Look at all that darkness. Oh, Popo. Hey, 2 of them. What's going on there? Huh? That's entrapment. I feel like I'm being entrapped. 2 cops. That's not really entrapment. Most people don't know what entrapment means. We get into arguments with them all the time. You know, cops sit outside a bar, you know, waiting for, they'll put like stickies on the back trunk of a car, like a bright pink post-it note on the back of somebody's car, and then, you know, if that person comes out, they'll report that they've been at the bar for 6 hours, that they're more than likely intoxicated. People are like, oh, well, that's entrapment. That's, oh, no, that's not entrapment. Entrapment is basically meaning that, you know, they coerce you to do something that you normally wouldn't do. So you're walking down the street, you want to pick up a pack of smokes from your local Walgreens, and somebody comes up to you and they're like, hey man, hey, come here. Hey, you see that guy over there in the brown hat? Yeah. Here's $100. Go buy $50 worth of weed from him, and the other $50 yours. Come on, man, be a pal. Be a pal. Well, then you go over, and you didn't intend to buy weed. You didn't set out with that purpose. So you go over, you buy the weed, and the cop arrests you for buying and possession of marijuana. And the guy you bought from was a cop. So they basically coerced you into doing something that you wouldn't normally do. And believe it or not, that is actually legal in Europe. Russian cops use it all the time. They will frickin', you know, entrap you constantly. I've heard stories of, you know, a guy comes out of a club, you know, and he's walking down the street, and a Russian cop comes up to him and says, you know, hey buddy, hey, see my wife over there? Would you go give her this $20? And so you run over and give her the $20, and they arrest you for soliciting prostitutes. And you're just like, what? I mean, it's completely, you know, it's frowned upon, but it's not illegal. I guess we could say that. That's probably a better way to describe it. Nope, coming up on our exit. Start slowing down here, kids. So they didn't do much with Oakland. Oakland is across the bay from San Francisco, but they didn't really do much with it. Mostly because I think you don't ever, I don't know, you pick stuff up from the Port of Oakland. I think they've got a rail depot, but they don't ever, there's nothing really notable in Oakland anyway. Oakland's kind of a dump. Nobody goes to Oakland If you live in San Francisco or the Bay Area, you know nobody goes to Oakland ever. Coming over, buddy. Alright, so we'll start. Get ready here. Oh, street lights went off. We turn on our left indicator to indicate that we are indeed turning left. This is riveting stuff, boys and girls. Now I know why you tune in every week. I've thought about doing a Twitch live stream with this game. Squirrel has kind of a similar thing. He calls it Sunday Night Truckin'. But I'm just not sure. You know, my work schedule rotates. I have 4 on, 4 off. So, like this week I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, and I had to go back to work tomorrow, Friday. And then, you know, next week I'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you know. Friday off, and I'll go back to work Saturday night, and yeah, so you can see the big container ship, the shipping container ship, shipping, the container shipping ship, wait, I don't know, over there, that's kind of cool. But anyway, so I don't really have like a set night that I could do a, you know, so-and-so night trucking where, you know, both of you guys could tune in, you know. Most Twitch live streams get off the ground simply by saying, you know, that, you know, we're going to do it on this day, or, you know, people just go in and search for American Trucking Simulator on Twitch. Oh, we're going to hit that pole. Bing! Yeah, I'd have been fired if I worked for the trucking company I worked for, if I was a driver. That's cool, though. Look, you can see the Bay Bridge there. You know, you can see the bridge going from Oakland to San Francisco. That's on the other side of that is a tunnel that goes into San Francisco. It's kind of neat. Boy, some tight turns here. Well, gas station over there. Never noticed that. I don't come down here that often. I don't make too many runs to Oakland. You know, before I started the channel, I made a lot of long runs. So a lot of times I was going from somewhere in Nevada to somewhere in Northern California. Alright, so here we are. Checking in with the guard at the gate. They actually have to do that. Let's pull this little baby in here so she can continue her journey to wherever that may be. Park and brake on. Let's jump outside, take a look at how we did here, and we did pretty good, I think. That looks pretty darn good. Alright, look at the Bandit. Such a beautiful truck. I do love my Kenny. So let's drop this puppy off. Not too bad. Alright, so that's it for today. So if you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Give that channel a subscribe. And as always, if you have anything to say, leave a comment in that comment section. As always, talk to you later.